30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship. So finding out about this one hurt. She might as well have just stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiancé since high school, and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I have no idea why on earth they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mom knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it, and he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiancé out and throw out his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiancé? Simple. She's my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I allowed her to be a bridesmaid in. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister. Your blood. My sister's big on gardening, so when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door. She didn't know that I knew, and of course I played nice. I moved on to what she did with my fiancé, and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple flowers. Am I sorry? No. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiancé just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore, and that I also didn't want our mom to speak to me. My fiancé won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever went near me again. Yay, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like I should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me, and now I can't experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiancé. Hell, even my own mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she lets my sister run her. Frick you, Tia. Frick you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Edit, since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset that I lost the relationship I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. Later turned out to be true. I swear I have trust issues now. Edit number 2. Thanks again for all the suggestions, y'all. It's helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now because I know shit's gonna hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come with an update. I mean, it's the least y'all deserve, haha. Last edit. When I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kind of ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides on here, that would be a bit far. That's just how I feel though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted, lol. Clearly worked a bit though, since she thought I was so damn psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Forgive my terrible mood. I definitely plan on exposing them sometime today. Now for a few comments. Commenter, expose them to everyone and ruin them. I've actually debated on doing this after I got done dealing with my sister, but if anything, I can unblock her just to show her what other people in the world think about her trashy butt. Haha. Seriously though, I still can't believe she did me like this. Expose them. They will try and spin it differently and make you look like the bad guy. Tell all his family, your extended family, and mutual friends. Tell them that you have cut all contact with them and you wish not to be around them ever again. So far, his sister was the only one who reached out to me about this. She was in hysterics, asking me why TF happened. She fully supports me in this. Unsure about the rest of the family, but as of now, the only person I can even trust is my father. Probably her too. This is horrible. When did this happen? I can't believe your mother. I actually found out over the previous weekend. Under another comment, I wrote how my dad explained it to me. Supposedly, my sister decided to tell my mom. She obviously asked her to keep her lips closed about it. My mom apparently told my dad over the weekend, not right away, and then he told me. The thing is, I have no idea when the hell they even had intimacy. That wasn't made known to me or my parents, it seems. My sister could have kept this secret for God knows how long until she finally decided to come clean to my mother. For all we know, they could have done it months ago, maybe even several times. My fiancé denied even sleeping with her more than once, but I'm finding it hard to believe him. A small part of me keeps trying to justify my mom's actions, but I can't seem to understand. She clearly didn't care. OP on everyone knowing about the wedding being canceled via social media. I did make a post apologizing for canceling the wedding, but I've turned off notifications because I kept getting a flood of messages asking what happened. So far, only his sister and my cousin know. I couldn't bear to even say anything else to other people. At the time, I felt so sick. These comments are giving me ideas, though, and they're very tempting. Now for the one-day update. Hey, everyone. Seems like my other post has been deleted. Thanks again for the comments and support. I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex on my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and wrote it, but added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister after. At the time, she didn't see, but I got a call from my ex's mom. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about. She said, "So you haven't?" I said no and asked her to tell me. My sister's pregnant. Apparently, Logan told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear any more, so I told her I needed to hang up the phone. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and texted with the Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps, begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I just sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over and I'm telling Mom that you're spreading my business online." All right, you big baby. Still never responded though. I felt frozen. She's trying to break my door down, so I opened it in a fit of rage and started screaming all kinds of things at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down, and I told her it's going to stay up for as long as I want it to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate, and even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything and that she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. That's when I punched her. A small part of me felt guilty, but she retaliated by saying, "It's not my fault, Logan was tired of you." That's when I told her that I hope she ends up like her dog and that she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell, kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. I said, "You have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim." She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything. And I had the nerve to punch her in the face and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. I told her she deserved it, and I don't want her talking to me ever again. And if she comes near me, I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and that she said she was sorry in her texts, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell Mom I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last time she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favorite vase, but it doesn't even matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but damn, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again, though, everyone. Maybe I do need therapy. Last edit to say that my dad called not too long ago asking me to take every post down because according to my mother, my sister is bawling her eyes out over mean people on the internet, as if I'm taking anything down. My dad's pissed about her pregnancy, but my mom continues to defend her by saying we need to chill out on her a little bit. This is why I'm not talking to her. Thanks again, though, everyone. I'm exhausted and I need to worry about other things. Now for the 1-month update. I've officially decided to go low contact with my dad today. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on team take down the posts, and that's why I made my decision. My mom wants nothing to do with me, because if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point in trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. My cousin and my ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair, not only in person, but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the posts because she's sorry, and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last I even heard about my ex was from his sister. She told me that they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister, as I like to call my ex's sister now. I've actually gotten some good sleep. Still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, and I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them, even despite my last encounter with my sister. But they've hurt me, and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks everyone once again. Now for a few important comments. When asked how other people are reacting to the affair, OP said, "Speaking of her friends, I actually have no idea what they think about this, but I can assume they found out, of course. My sister is not taking this well, so I'm assuming they're pestering her with questions too." Another commenter said, "I have said this, my cousin has said this, and my ex's sister has also said this, that she can't be upset for the truth being exposed. She doesn't see past her delusion. She's clearly more worried about her reputation than my feelings. I really don't know her anymore. Am I the idiot for wanting my son to tone down his style to avoid bullies? I'm a single dad to my son, Oliver, male 10. He's with me most of the time and sees his mom every other weekend. He's an awesome kid, creative, full of energy, and he's got his own sense of style that's pretty unique. He loves bright colors, nail polish, and clothes that some people might think are more girly. If I'm honest, I think Oliver might be gay, and I'm totally cool with that. I've always made it clear that whoever he turns out to be, I'll support him 100%. Because of how he dresses and acts, Oliver's had a really tough time with other kids. He got bullied so badly at his old school that I ended up pulling him out and homeschooling him. The school wasn't helpful at all, and it was heartbreaking to see him go through that. He struggled to make friends, and it unalives me to see him feel so alone. Now, he's starting back at school in September, and he's really excited about it. But recently, we were at a cousin's birthday party, and Oliver wore his favorite jacket, which is a bright pink, sparkly one that he loves. Some of the other kids started picking on him, saying he looked gay. I stepped in, got the kids to apologize, but it ruined the day for Oliver. I'm worried about how things will go when he's back at school. I've been thinking about whether I should talk to Oliver about maybe toning it down a bit, especially when he's around new people. Not because I want him to change who he is, but because I hate seeing him get hurt and feel like an outcast. I don't want him to feel like he has to hide who he is, but I also don't want him to be picked on or excluded because of it. But then I feel like a complete arsehole for even thinking about this. I don't want him to think that I'm ashamed of him or that he has to conform to be accepted. I want him to feel free to be himself, but I'm also scared of him being hurt by others who don't get it. So, would I be the idiot if I talked to Oliver about maybe being a bit more low-key with his style? Now for a few important comments. Commenter, don't do it. Kids will still bully him, and all he will remember is that you deterred him from expressing himself. Trust me, the same thing occurred in our house. I was trying to keep him from being bullied, but my child felt as though I didn't accept him and that he needed to pretend he was something he wasn't. Lots of later life therapy. If he's gay, if he's straight, let him be himself and tell him as long as he likes his clothes, that's all that matters. Sincerely, the mom of an amazing queer kid. Then OP replied, I get that, but at the same time, it is so heartbreaking seeing the same thing happen to him over and over and over again. Jesus, where do you live? Most kids don't care about this kind of thing these days. Then OP replied, I live in the West Midlands of England. I honestly don't think your point about most kids not caring is at all accurate. I see it every day. Commenter, do not dull his shine because other people don't understand him. I understand it may be coming from a place of protection, but it needs to be addressed with the potential aggressors, not with forcing your son to change who he is. Then OP replied, but when you can't do anything more with potential aggressors, I have done and will continue to do everything I can. But sadly, I can't literally watch his back 24/7, even though I would if I could. Anytime he has a comment made to him, he breaks his little heart. And it is so devastating seeing him go through that again and again. Now for the 1-month update. Hey all, it's been about 26 days since my original post, and I thought I'd give an update now that Oliver has had his first week back at school. I can happily say that so far, things are going much better than I'd hoped. Over the summer, Oliver and I had a really important heart-to-heart. I sat him down and told him just how incredibly proud I am of the person he is becoming. I made sure he knew that there is absolutely nothing he could ever do that would change the way I see him or make me love him any less. Honestly, it was a bit emotional, and I even got a bit choked up. I told him that if wearing his favorite jacket, the one that's caused some hurt before, made him happy, I'd stand behind him 100%. But I also wanted to make sure he was prepared. I explained that while I'll always be there for him, I can't always be around to protect him, and he might have to stand up for himself if kids make fun of him. I made it clear that this doesn't mean he should change anything about who he is, but that he needs to be ready to handle it if anyone says anything cruel. Oliver understood, and we spent the summer coming up with some playful comebacks together. He really wanted to take the jacket with him to school, so we made it a bit of a project, imagining the kind of things kids might say and crafting witty replies that he could fire back with. It was actually pretty fun, and I think it helped him feel more confident about it. Now, back to school. His new teacher knows all about his past struggles with bullying, and she's been amazing. She's keeping a close eye on things and making sure he feels safe and comfortable. It's made such a difference already, and Oliver's first week couldn't have gone better. He's even made a friend, a boy named Sam, and they've really hit it off. They're planning to meet up tomorrow at the Wacky Warehouse, and Oliver can't stop talking about it. It's been a long time since I've seen him this excited about spending time with someone his age. I know it's still early days, but seeing him come home happy and smiling each day has been such a relief. Thanks to everyone who gave advice and encouragement on my original post. I really took a lot of it to heart, and I think it made a big difference in how I approached all this. Now, for the 2-month update. Hey, I just wanted to hop on and give a small update about Oliver's playdate over the weekend. Firstly, when Oliver was getting ready, he wanted to wear all his flamboyant clothes. He asked me if I thought it was a good idea. His friend had seen him in his jacket, but he was a little worried how he would react to the full Oliver. I told him to wear whatever he wanted, and if this friend was worth being friends with, they would accept him for exactly how he is. This made Oliver smile. He wore his full Oliver outfit. When we were walking in, I could feel Oliver getting a bit nervous. He was bullied so much in his last school for how he was, so I understood why. I held his hand tight and gave it 2 squeezes. This means, I love you. Something I learned to teach him from Reddit, actually. The friend's dad was with him, and he looked at Oliver and gave a little curious look, but apart from that, it was fine. The boy said he loved Oliver's clothes. They spent about 4 hours playing, and we ended up eating together. On the way home, I told Oliver how proud I am of the little man he is. I am so proud how he is so willing to be himself and so brave to continue despite any backlash he gets. I love him so much. This is my final update on this account. I don't know if I'll ever show you these posts, Oliver. Maybe in a few years when you're older so we can laugh at how worried I was about you. Your dad is so proud of you. I think you are the most amazing person in the whole world. even when you drive me absolutely nuts. I am so lucky to get to be your father. I am so lucky you are in my life. I love you. Am I the idiot for breaking up with my girlfriend after her mom stole my 13K Transformers collection? My relationship with my GF's mother has recently turned sour after she took my Transformer toys from my flat to give to her grandson. She has refused to give them back, saying that someone in their 20s shouldn't have toys in their flat. The issue is that they are collectibles in addition to toys. Since the majority of them date to the 1980s, their combined value is estimated to be roughly $10 to $11. I informed her of their value, but she brushed it aside by stating, well, they're just toys. I even told her I'll go to the store to pick some toys for her grandson, but she doesn't want that and refused by saying they don't make them like they used to. My girlfriend and I have spoken about this, but she doesn't want to become involved and prefers that I handle it on my own. I told her that I have exhausted all options and that the next logical step is probably to report the items as stolen. Stealing something worth $10K isn't a misdemeanor either. This is felony-level theft. Additionally, the mother took them by entering my flat using my GF's key. My girlfriend said she would speak to her mother and ask her not to do anything similar ever again, but that I should let this one go and not escalate the matter, because if I reported it, we would be done. She said she would only talk and involve herself if I promised to not do anything about it, and I should value our 2.5-year relationship more than some plastic toys. I don't understand why she isn't valuing our relationship and getting my stuff back from her family. I just want my things returned. I genuinely find it hard to believe she is siding with her mother. We've already been into a few arguments over this over the past several days, and I don't think things will get better. A part of me believes that her mother will likely sell them for a profit or something, and then purchase the cheaper ones for her grandson to give to him on his 6th birthday. I don't want to involve the police and ruin my relationship with my GF or her mother. Up until now, her mother has been nothing but nice to me. Is there a more effective approach to take? Now for a few important comments. When OOP was told to go over and get them back, he said, "Get them how? I don't know where they are. Most probably in their house, but I don't think she will let me search her house for my stuff. Asking for it hasn't worked." A commenter, Airplane Porn, said, "Hang the frick on. She can enter your house to steal your shoot, but she won't let you into her house to get your stolen property back? Bro, I can't ducking even. GTFO. Tell your GF to take you over there and let you in and look for your shoot." Also, said child recipient of your stolen property is a relation to your girlfriend. Tell her to get you in touch with that child's family so they can return your stolen property. If your girlfriend won't do either, then she's morally complicit in you being robbed. Another commenter, King Alistor, said, "Sure you want to be with a girlfriend who supports her mother in theft, instead of just going and taking those toys and bringing them back to you?" OP replied, "I see what you're saying, but other than this one thing, rest has been good." Then Limitless Megan commented, "Here's the thing. Her mother let herself into your home to intentionally steal from you, but she's not going to say anything. She's hit taking the key back. She's not demanding the things get returned. She's doing nothing, and she will punish you if you do the one thing you have left to do. Basically, your girlfriend is helping her mom steal from you, and I'm guessing agrees with her mom about your toys. Are you sure your GF wanted in them being taken? And why is it okay for her to throw your 5-year relationship away so Get Mom can literally steal from you? And why would you want to preserve a relationship with someone who thinks so little of you, your feelings, and your belongings? Now for the 1-week update. I broke up with my GF because she continued to take her mom's side and threatened to break up with me. Police report has also been filed. Wrote down the estimated value to be $13K when the police asked me for it. Fingers crossed now. Now for some more comments. Queens Lily said, "Don't forget to get your lock changed." OP replied, "Already asked the building manager to do that. They should get changed by the end of the week." Embarrassed Help asked, "Does the theft of $10K plus worth of stuff increase the potential charges that the girlfriend's mom could face, not to mention that they may become damaged while in her possession if she doesn't try to sell them. OOP answered, "According to the police, yes. That is why they asked me to add $3,000 to my estimation. They would have to be appraised once retrieved, though, for charges to be pressed." Mundane Currency 50 or 88 commented, "Everything will be out of the box now. No way a kid understands value, unless she sold them to collectors, in which case she will have to pay you for them." OOP replied, "She hasn't given them to him yet. She is waiting for his birthday, which is in a few days. I suspect she won't give them to him now after knowing what they are worth and will try to sell them for profit." Now for the final update. 2 years later. Hello everyone. I wanted to give you an update about my Transformers collection that was stolen by my ex's mother. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to recover any of them, but we settled for $7,000. This amount is definitely less than what I believe was fair, but at this point, I'm ready to move on. The past 2 years have been incredibly tough, and I just want to put this behind me. Thank you all for your support. It meant a lot to me when I needed it the most.